everyone, welcome to our next Christmas picture from Agotapop's Christmas Countdown, and using Polychromos pencils. And we have the first part of our Christmas train, which is going to go across the North Pole Express. Will go across 3 days, but we're going to just do the engine part of the train today, so that's rather exciting and fun. The wheels of the train is where I'm going to start. Now I'm thinking about whether I want to make it matching or not. I don't think it matters at this point. I've grabbed my Paynes grey, which is where I'm going to start with my tyres, and I'm wondering whether to I'm going to put a light layer down, have a little think what to do. There's so much glitter on this bit of the page. What to do with regards to shine. I'm also a bit distracted because I've just noticed a new moth hole in my bedroom carpet. Oof. I think I'm going to put a little dark bit around the centre here. Yeah, I think it seems to be in the place where people put their dirty washing, if there's no laundry basket because it's downstairs, they tend to dump it in a pile there, so I think it's probably that's attracting them. So we're going to have to, I think if they leave the washing in the bathroom where we have a hard floor, that might help the problem. So that's my temporary solution. I think that looks okay. Do the same on the other wheel. Tyre, I guess it is really. And you could do these a bright colour because it could be like a wooden wheel. It could be a toy train with wooden or plastic even wheels, so you could do it any colour, but I fancied doing it like this. We've got a little bit of shine, hopefully, that looks like there's a little lighter bit around the in the centre. You could do them black if you'd rather. We did the car wheels black, tyres black, so I thought I'd just do something a little bit different, that's all. Just trying to darken that one up so they look reasonably even. Yeah, that'll do. So there's our beginning, the Paynes grey wheel. Now we have, is that called the fender? That's usually metallic. I'm thinking maybe some of this might be a little bit metallic-y, sort of silvery. Let's grab our cold grey 3 and have a little play with some of the silver parts. So this centre part, that's quite difficult to do silver in such a small space. Perhaps we won't, perhaps we'll do that a bright colour. But this I feel like I want it to be silvery, so I'm going to do more intense colour, so quite a few layers where it's near to the bottom of the train net, and a little bit here. And then a sort of gap to make it look like there's a bit of shine to our... I don't know if it is, I think I've called it the wrong thing. It looks like one of those cattle things. I don't know what they're called either. Oh, never mind. So we're going to put a bit of shine. I think I'll make that bit dark, a bit of shine there. I might do the whole of this bit like that. And you can do these in bright colours if you'd rather. And the window frame, not the window itself. It's a bit lighter, leave a little gaps for a bit of sort of shine, hopefully. There we go. Okay, now let's add in some colour. I definitely want some red in my train, so I'm going to grab that one first. This is the Scarlet red. I keep being attracted to this one because it's such a long new pencil. I wonder if you do the same thing. So I'm going to put down quite an intense layer, and then I'm going to use a darker red to put in a little bit of shadow. Just, a bit of darker red to sort of imply shadow, really. This is quite an orangey red, I think. So we'll put a darker one on in a bit. So there's that bit. I'm thinking, where else should we do red? I don't want the whole of the train the same colour, but maybe a couple of red bits, maybe this bit too. I think a Christmas train would have quite a bit of red. I would like that anyway. in our local area they do Christmas trains. They have a steam railway in the next town, not in our town, and because it's on a completely different train line to the main normal trains, because the oops, I've gone over, never mind, the width of the track is different. And I'm going to use the middle cadmium red now for some darker parts. You'll see just under here, because I think this bit might be sticking out, so there might be a bit of a shadow under here. And you can do a Santa ride where you go on the steam train, and then Father Christmas is there and giving out prezzies and things. But here in this town we don't have the steam train lines. We have canal trips with Father Christmas, so you can go on the canal boat and meet him. So that's rather fun, organised by the Canal Trust, the Cotswold Canal Trust I think they're called. There we go, so it's a little bit darker there, but I feel like I just want to layer it back over with the scarlet red, just because it looks a little bit, it's a bit of too much white paper showing through. I'm going to try not to go over the top of the bits that I've done in the darker red though, so that we can still see that it's there. So we're looking, that's better. If I look in the camera I can see it's quite difficult the way my lamp is positioned. It shines off the pencil because the pencil can be quite shiny. There we go. I'm trying to work out what this is here. I've got no clue. I'm just going to get my eraser for this bit here. So, I don't really know what to do with that because I don't know what it is. I am going to actually grab this scarlet red again, and I'm going to do this bit in red too. I've decided I want quite a lot of red. It just looks so festive. I just like it. There we go. And this bit too. And again we'll go in with our middle cadmium red. Oh, you're squiffy. Okay. And just do a bit on the edges. For a bit of shadow. I think that's fine. Now I want some green, I think. Green and red, very Christmassy. But which shade of green? I quite like the permanent green olive, but I don't know if it's going to quite work. Let's go the permanent green. It's quite a mid green. Mid as in medium, not as in mid in the way my children used to term, meaning it's a bit, it's nothing spectacular. I don't know if your children or you even use those terms. Mid, it's a bit mid. What did you think of your dinner? It's a bit mid. Meaning it was nothing special. I think. Chimney. This is the colour we use for the stocking up there, I think. One more. I think I'll do that bit. And then the other bits I'm thinking I might do in, let's do that. Now I'm going to do the other carriages to match this one, I think, so I need to remember what I'm doing. I'll write it all down at the end. Now the last few bits I want darker, but do I do a darker green? Do I do a black or a grey? I think a darker green. Now what's a darker version of that? I think I might jump to the juniper green. It's quite different. I think it will work. If it doesn't, I can always go over it with something. So here, here, I'm trying to make this look a little lighter in the middle. due to its shape, it might actually be dark on the bottom. Right, and then this bit. And what is that? Scratching my head. I think that's a present, but I'm not sure what that bit is. Maybe I'll just do it in the colours that I've done the train. Like that. And then this is the, oops, just want to, this is the permanent green. I might do that there. And then the scarlet red for these bits. Like that. Now, before we do the gifts, I just want to do the window. I think inside the window we can have a nice welcoming light. Maybe this colour. This is 107, it's cadmium yellow. Put that in there. Now I realise we've got smoke to deal with. We'll deal with that at the end when we're doing our background. We'll do our 3 presents first. Now we did some consistency on another picture where we did all our ribbons the same and then the presents different colours. If I want to do that this time, I think we want some sort of different colours. So let's go for a, let's just grab something. A purple violet. It's quite different, isn't it? For the wrapping on this one. Oh, I just remembered I need to put my tablet on to charge. I've got to Skype call later. Right, so that's that. And I'll do a sort of pinky colour ribbon. I'm thinking the middle purple pink might go quite nicely. I want to make it look shiny, and you've seen me do this before, probably. So just fade it a bit towards the middle. So more layers here, less here, and then very few here. And we've got like, looks a bit like it's silk satin ribbon. The bow part, I tend to do the shine in the middle. I find that seems to look most like a bow. I don't know. Right, our next gift, we are going to do orange, I think. It's a bit unusual to have orange wrapping paper, but why not? This is the 115. It's the dark cadmium orange. You can't see the word dark, but it was the dark one. And we'll do the paper with this. I'm not really worrying too much about putting shadow in, though. If this was a larger present, I might spend a bit more time. Put a shadow either side of the ribbon and around here so that it, you know, I'm not doing that. I might do it a bit after, I don't know. I'm going to grab a yellow to do the bow and the ribbon. This is 108. This is the dark cadmium yellow. It's quite difficult again for you to see as it's very short. And again, I'm going to fade it a little bit towards the middle. It's quite hard with the yellow for it all to show up. I'll do my best. You can see the glitter on this one catching my eye. I don't know if it's catching it for you. It's 'cause you're seeing it from a different angle. Okay, so there's that bit, and then this little one here. What haven't we done? We've done pink and purple, orange. We haven't done blue. So let's do some blue. Let's grab this. It's really sharp, which is why I've chosen it. It's a good reason, isn't it? Middle phthalo blue for our wrap. And then the ribbon is so teeny tiny. I'm just going to block it in. I think I'll go darker. We've got the Prussian blue, whoops, here, which looks fairly sharp. Prussian blue, I think it will work. I could have faded that ribbon a little bit. There we go. Now I'm going to get a darker pencil just to do that shadowing that I was talking about. It's quite intricate work, so you don't have to do it. It is up to you. But I was just surprised then my neighbour was leaning out their window opposite, and it caught my eye. She's fortunately noticed her balcony is going a bit rotten. I did warn them about it a while ago. It's an expensive job to sort out, which we've just done with ours. So I'm just putting this in where I think there might be some shadows. I mean, that chimney is rounded, so it really could do with a bit of, like, on the edges like that, to make it look a bit more round, a bit under the window. I'm just sort of putting it here and there, really. I think that'll do, she says, doing a bit more. Right, background. Now I'm just going to sweep off the, sorry, that's a bit seasick inducing, isn't it? Now, background. I'm going to do the smoke after. So, what colour? Well, it can be any colour. I'm not, you know, it's probably, you would think, well, sky, but actually no. We've got sky here, we've got grey, we've got yellow, we've got the salmony pink. So I'm thinking, what shall I do? I'm not going to do blue, grey, yellow or pink. So I could do a light sort of lilac-y colour, you know, or a brownish colour. We haven't done any brown. That's an idea. But we've done the sort of gold on the holly, which was rather nice, I thought. Just because it's right. We're going to try a brown. If you don't want to do brown, you think that's going to be a bit icky, I would do a light, like a violet. A light violet. No, you haven't got many of those. I don't know. Brown ochre is what I'm going to do anyway. I'll have a think for you. Maybe, so I'm just going to put this is going to be my lightest colour. I'm going to put it all over. I'm thinking about whether to put it under the smoke and then draw the smoke in with pen. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go through all this, do my background over this, and then draw it back in. I think that's going to give the best effect. If you don't have a white pen, then you'll have to leave it. Now I know that isn't over this background, it's over that background, but it will make more sense, I think, if it's done this way. Hopefully I can make it work. It was been out this morning with my husband. It's Sunday actually. Everyone's got work to do now, but he had to pick up his reading glasses, so we popped out. We had to hang around because the place was late opening, even though everyone outside had appointments. Queuing outside, it's a little bit annoying, but anyway, it was what it was. Had a quick coffee. He did, I didn't, because I had to get back. I didn't have time for a coffee really. He drinks his really hot, whereas I don't, so yeah. I had to pop in by my son a new toothbrush. It was all very exciting. Oops, and then we came straight back and finished our cleaning. Now I'm going to use the burnt sienna for my next colour. I've got a rash on my hand, I'm scratching it. I need to get some cream. I've got a bit of a eczema thing going on. It's the cold weather. It's suddenly gone cold and I've suddenly got a rash. I don't know if it's the heating or if it's the cold, but anyway, I've got some special cream for it. I just need to remember to use it. I didn't use any this morning when I got out of the shower. Well, I was in a rush because I was like, right, I've got to get up. I'm going to do some washing, got to start the cleaning. I've got to go out, I've got to get back. I want to do some videos because I'm looking forward to covering my tray which is so much fun. And I've got to do Skype later. Gosh, it's getting so late already. I might have to do a bit of recording later when it's dark, which I don't know if that affects the quality of the... I think it depends on how I do the lighting. That's a little bit messy, but it will come along. I'm going to use a dark one now right in the corners and then go back through my colours and smooth it out. So this is the burnt umber. So I'm just going to use it a little bit in the corner. Like that. I'm trying to go a little bit more carefully now because I don't want it looking messy anymore. This one's quite sharp as well, which helps, I think, with neatness. I will sharpen up my others in a minute. And a little bit here. Yeah, the children have been working on their essays this morning, so that's good. Right, back to burnt sienna. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it was very cold out. It was raining, but it was cold, so the rain felt like it was freezing on our faces. Our faces were all red when we got back. And it was nice and Christmassy. I was pointing out to her husband all the lights in the shop windows that I'd observed, and showed him the Christmas tree in the shopping centre that he hadn't seen. And it was a little bit unfortunate because they'd got children from a local primary school to make the decorations. They sort of had balsa wood baubles, and the children had drawn on them different pictures, which was lovely, but unfortunately they'd used felt pens, I think, felt markers, but they weren't waterproof, and it rained and they're all sort of, yeah, not looking their best. So back to our brown ochre to finish off. I'm going to go over most of it and just try and tidy it up a bit. I don't want too much near the train itself. I want it to sort of stand out, but I do need to make sure it's neat. Well, it's not going to be perfect, this is me, but a little bit neater to my satisfaction. I don't think things need to be perfectly neat. We were also having a look in various shops for sort of potential Christmas shopping, but nowhere was open. It was very early because it's Sunday, and in the town we live, shops don't open on Sunday that much. They tend to start opening about 11 o'clock, and we were in town. We had a 9:30 appointment. So. Shops are only allowed to open for 5 hours on a Sunday unless they're really small. I think the opticians can get away with longer hours because it's a sort of NHS place, you know. It's NHS, National Health Service, you know, it's providing a different sort of service. Right, it is time to get a white pen and do some smoke. Now I'm going to use my Posca, I think. It doesn't really matter what white pen, different people like different pens. I particularly find the Posca and the Sakura work well, and some days the Posca works better and some days the Sakura works better. I'm going to just fill this whole area, I think. And you can see it's not working particularly well. Here it is. Okay. You could not go over the black if you don't want to. It's up to you. If you haven't got a white pen, and you can go over it with a white pencil. If you use a Prismacolor white, a Derwent Chinese white, a luminance white, or any other really good quality white, oily pencil, you'll find that it will, you'll be able to see it. Now I need to wait for that to dry for a minute before I put another layer on, so I'm just going to have a look and see if I want to put any anywhere else, but I don't. So just try it. I don't think that works, but anyway, this isn't working now. I'm just going to pump pump the end on some scrap paper. There we go. Now the fact that you can see the background through a little bit, I feel is a good thing, because if you imagine smoke, it's not normally such a big thick cloud that you can't see things. It's not normally white either, to be fair, but I like it in white. I think it looks better. But you know that, and it looks quite grey because of the background anyway. Yeah, we had a very smoky kitchen yesterday because my son burnt some toast. And yes, it was first thing in the morning. My other son was still in bed, and the room was like full of grey smoke. It was really quite dramatic. But he didn't think he'd burnt this toast, but it was burnt on the back. I think our toast is getting a bit old, and it's not toasting things very evenly. But anyway, it was quite amusing. We managed not to set off our smoke alarm, so that was good. There we go, I can leave that there. There is our very first part of our 3 series of the train. So tomorrow we're going to do this one, which is fun. We've got a little sack and a Christmas tree, all sorts of things on that one. So I will probably do it to match. You don't have to, but I think I will. So I've got to remember what I did, write it down, and then tomorrow when I come back I can flawlessly do it. Haha. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a really super day and happy colouring.